and there are only 2 women in the U.S. holding this position. Recently, Forbes 5 women of color that should be on your radar. She's on ours. Gloria was one of those powerhouses. She and her wonderful husband, Ken, share 4 grown adults, Ken, 38, a computer whiz, an IT specialist, or Kenya, a beautiful mother of 3, Juliana, 33, a graduate of Spelman College, president of her own company, Face Forward, and a professional makeup artist and educator. And you guys probably saw her some on social media. She has makeup application classes for Mary Kay all over the nation. And Chauncey, 32, married to the lovely Erica, which we love to see her baby. Oh my gosh. As a graduate of Purdue University and the University of Michigan Law Schools, including London, England, Bermuda, New York, Munich, Germany, and Vienna, Austria, Greece, Spain, Paris, Milan, Italy, Portugal, Hawaii, Switzerland, Venice, Alaska, and Vancouver, receiving each year a 3, 4, 5+ carat diamond ring and other amazing dream gifts. This was the 20th year that Gloria led her magic B351 unit to the $1 Million Circle of Excellence. This was the 20th year that Gloria led her magic B351 unit to the $1 Million Circle of Excellence. 8 times at the $2 million level. This nation, 8 times at the $2 million level.
There will be there.
This level of achievement gave her a 3.5 carat diamond watch, 4 5-carat diamond rings. Not 1 5-carat, 4 5-carat. Like I have to thank you for filling out the word for it and then putting the 5 next to it in a numeral. And the diamond ring for her husband, a $3,000 check plus the 5. Know how to do 2 million? You get your unit size to 1,045. Gloria's unit also holds the company record for the most new team members in 1 month. Y'all want to guess? Yes. What was over here? 300? It's higher than 300. 384. Yeah, she's.
Yeah, but
okay. 14 days to arrive. A cow, and Big Pop. Okay. 14 days in Hawaii, London. Yeah, it's gonna be like it's a whole week. You may laugh more in the next 48 hours than you ever laughed ever before.
My girlfriend said to my daughter, "What is your mother doing?" She said, "She's looking at herself on the TV." Cracking up. I got issues.
Oh, I love it. In Mary Kay, they had 12 days in Italy and stayed in 2 of the most luxurious suites in Europe. Featured in national magazines, these are the magazines, Working Women, New Woman, Glamour, Black Enterprise, Ebony Magazine, and Twice in Fortune. Also featured on Good Morning America, ABC News, The Big Idea on CNBC, and CNN was Soledad O'Brien. She knows some people. Gloria held the stage twice with the Oprah Winfrey involving programs that empower women. I love that picture. I think I screenshotted it. July Monthly Miss Go Give, the most prestigious award, happened to her. She was a July Monthly Miss Go Give, the most prestigious award she could have received. Woo! Woo! We gotta make you a name badge. I'll get you one. She published her first book, Quantum Leaps, and her second book, The Force of Friendship. Gloria's podcast is on iTunes, y'all. Women Do It Better is available, so join the conversation. Gloria personally invites you to join #GlowNation and the Life Party on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Come, let's live out loud together. She's a Mary Kay multimillionaire with over $13 million in earnings, and her highest commission check, you ready for this one? For 1 month was over $126,000. Get excited. Let's meet 16-time Inner Circle National Sales Director, number one!
Oh my God. Oh, literally. I am so excited. I'm like, of course. I will tell you, I've had a lot of trips, and one that Kid and I and Randy were on the train. I'm all of it. We're on the train for hours, going from someplace to someplace. And it was like one of the best conversations ever. You guys, how about that life? How about that life? Where were we? Switzerland, to Italy, Paris, where were we? How about that? How about that life? How about that life? I'm so excited to be here. I'm really excited to be here. This is the national area that we watch often. This is the national area that people duplicate often. This is the national area that people talk about often. So I'm so excited to get to know you guys much better, much better. I'm really excited. I'd like to ask you a question. Are you ready for me?
Yes.
When you think about that, you can answer. I always laugh about that, and I always tell people that I can give it to you soft and easy or hard and fast. Which would you prefer? Because really, that's the only way I'm not delivering. But really, I am very excited to be here. There's so much to talk about. There's so much to talk about. I just came back from. Are you guys videoing? Is this in front of that? I don't. Oh yeah, it's live. Oh, it's recording. Okay, either way, I just want to know if I need to be here. But I'll come back and forth. Really no problem. Get my stuff.
We can send it to you so you can laugh later.
Okay. Yes. But really, no problem at all. Okay, so first I want to say to you, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in America. I just came back from Dallas, Texas, doing a photo shoot for the company. Woo! Really, they call me like fly to Dallas on Monday and fly home on Tuesday in less than 24 hours. Just come in, stay at the hotel. We'll pick you up at 7:35 in the morning. We'll have the makeup artist there, the stylist there, the marketing team there, the videographers there. There's like 6 of us from all over the country. All of us are sworn to secrecy. We had to pick our finger and put blood together. It's super crazy. It's super crazy. So, like something you should get excited. Get excited, get very. No. Then we had another conference call with just the inner circle and the executive team. Very right down has never been done before. 55 years. We've never, ever done it before. So for the directors, I'm here to tell you, work like a dog to get your DIQs in San Diego. Work like a dog to get your DIQs in San Diego. Like, you just gotta look really crazy and say, hey, you need to get there. And if you're not happy when you come home, you can scratch my left eye out. It's gonna be that good. Like seriously, like for real, like shut up. So we need to get very excited. I mean, how about have you watched closely the way that Mary Kay has unfolded the, how you say it? I don't know how to say it, chrome fusion. Chrome of fusion. Thank you. Chrome of fusion. Chrome I However, what I want you to know is I want you to look deep at the way they're presenting. I want you to look deep at the expertise that they're doing. I want you to look deep at the marketing tools that they're using. I want you to look deep at the messaging that they're providing us with. If you're not careful, you will just see a new line of glamour items. But it is way bigger than a new line of glamour items. I want you to look deep at the bloggers who are paying attention to us. I want you to look deep at what they're doing. Excuse me, when I went, my voice. When I flew to New York for the Women's Day advertisement that they did, the beauty writers were saying, what an incredible job Mary Kay does. You know, beauty's everywhere, right? Glamour, all the magazines, all the cosmetic companies. I mean, there's a lot of people fighting for the attention of the writers and everything like that. But Mary Kay did something extremely different. They always fly them to Paris and this, that. They flew to some resort, like in Kentucky, like this really amazing resort with horses and everything. They brought them all down, and they showed all the beauty editors from all the major magazines what is going on with Mary Kay. So I mean, that's a whole nother part of what's going on in the industry that you need to get very, 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 very aware. Because what happens is, for so long we built our business on just word of mouth.
Right, no advertising. That's what I was thinking, because you were saying they were flying in all these people, and we don't do a lot.
And it's in the face of your potential recruits. So you ask yourself, what is in the face of those that are coming in? What's in the face of the youth? How do they see a 55-year-old company look so much like today? And why we're so hot and why we're so relevant for today. And then you think deep about the other piece that they're doing, which is the strategy, the way they're making Mary Kay herself look young, hot, and popping. Have you guys seen all the new advertisements and everything? That is just to keep us extremely relevant. And do you also notice something else? The other part of this is that our marketing plan has stayed the same. So what's interesting is our marketing plan continues to be very relevant. So we have to make our company very relevant to our marketing plan that has sustained. Many other companies change their marketing plan dramatically, and we've made some changes. The DIQ change, where you can take your personal and that personal, that's a huge change. Okay, so write this down. Everything is about the red jacket. Everything is about the red jacket. Everything is about the red jacket. One of the biggest blessings you guys have, I'm just telling you, one of the biggest blessings you have is Kristin is so visionary and articulate about where she's going. And sometimes we don't understand that when you're in a group. So I'm going to tell the directors, the way in which when you say growth and the way in which you guide people is that you first lead with your vision and your passion, not with what an individual wants to accomplish. Many times we lead with what do you want, or what do you want? When you sit down in an interview, it's like, what do you want? But really you should lead with, this is where I'm going. This is where I'm going. Whether you join me or not, this is where I'm going. Let me articulate it. Now tell me what you need. And let's go together. Because more women will do more for the team than they will do for the individual. And then when you get to the position of leadership, you will do more individually while you're bringing other people with you. Okay, so here's another point. Oh, and I haven't got to my notes yet. Winners come out of a winning environment. Winners come out of a winning environment. So when she said to you, what is your passion about? You have to know how incredibly key that is. Write these words down for me. What is my right now passion about? Put a star next to it and circle it. I could teach my entire lesson to directors and those becoming directors on that one statement alone. What is your right Now, one of my favorite sayings from Dr. Martin Luther King is that don't focus on the staircase, focus on the step. And winners understand that what's right in front of them will take them to the staircase. But most people cannot focus on the step. They can only focus on the staircase. They can only focus on the dream, but they can't deal with the reality. The step is the reality. What do I have to do next? The other piece is not just what I have to do next, but is it backed up with passion? I personally think one of the strongest positions in Mary Kay is the IQ, and the second one is the NIQ. Those are the two strongest positions because you never forget it. It is crystal clear, and it defines passionate goal. And what I mean by that, and you guys have been in it, in and out, and you're scared about it. But the passion of completing far outweighs the fear. And that's why you'll have DIQs. Like we had our retreat 2 weeks ago, and one of the new directors said, she's a DIQ. At 11:45, she went next door and knocked on the door of her neighbor. Hello, are you asleep? And recruited him to finish her directorship. That's a right now passion. I'll give you another example. Your girlfriend calls you and she says, I'm in a wedding. I'm going to get married and I want you in my wedding. And in that moment, you decide that you're not going to be the old boy love in the house. In that moment, dessert doesn't taste good anymore. Ice cream is not important to you anymore. Yesterday, you couldn't wait to have sugar. All of a sudden, man, that's a right now passionate goal. So write this down. Right now, passionate goal increases your focus and it erases distractions. It is the best form of emotional management. Because you can't stay sad too long and you can't stay happy too long. You have to keep it moving. So, when I tell people, okay, so I want to tell you something. So when I heard some of you guys stand up and say your goal, I want you guys to know it has to match the SMART, or it doesn't match, it doesn't count. It's not specific, measurable, achievable, realistic with rewards, with a time frame, it doesn't count. SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic with a reward, and a time frame. In this business called Mary Kay, as sales directors, I'm going to talk to you as if you're sales director. I'm assuming everybody will be one. So you have to understand the magic of the contest. You have to understand the magic of the contest, because if you don't understand the underlying magic or strategy of the contest, you could miss it. A contest is positioned to put your focus in the right direction to accomplish your goal. So contests are really important because it makes a goal come alive. So that's why the key contest is, it doesn't matter if you like the key or not. It doesn't matter if you like the bracelet or not. It doesn't matter if you like the gift or not. It doesn't matter. What matters the most is that it's a contest. And if you're looking for winners, look for people who get moved by the contest. People always say, well, how do you pick out the winners for you? You pick out the ones who like to win. Mm-hmm. I have 38 first line. Nobody is hotter than me. I'm the hottest woman in the nation at front of our director. I'm the hottest one. I'm national area to 29 years director class. I mean, they're hot about it. And we're hot about it because we declare to be hot about it. Whatever you declare is what happens. The reason I'm a master recruiter is because when I came into Mary Kay early on, I declared I was a master recruiter before I became a master recruiter. And I did not want to build a team when I first came into Mary Kay. When I first came into Mary Kay, some of you know the story. I was getting ready to get out of a marriage of 10 years of domestic violence. Nobody knew my story. My mother didn't know what was going on. My sisters didn't know what was going on. My best friend didn't know what was going on. No one knew what was going on. Like nobody. My brother kept asking me, let's go to dinner, let's go to dinner. I was like, no. We don't need to go to dinner. No. I'm okay. We don't need to go to dinner. I debuted as a director, and I still was married, and he came to my debut, and he gave a phenomenal speaking because I broke the company record. And Newberry was there. Shirley Hefner, who was #1 in the nation, was there. Dale Alexander, who was like big, for those of you who don't know, he was like major on the stage. And it was just like a big, it was room of 700 people at my debut. He did the husband speech. My manager came off, she said, it's the best husband speech I've ever heard. The best. I said, thank you. And soon after that, we were divorced. No one knew. Are you guys with me? So write this down. The more you tell your story, the more you stay in your story. The more you tell it, the more you stay. I'm not telling you not to stay. That's one of the biggest issues with domestic violence. I'm not saying don't talk about it. I think that that's the one way in which we're going to break the silence. I do want to tell you that I've done a lot of work with domestic violence and a lot of work with Harvard University School of Public Health, and 1 out of 3 women have been victims of domestic violence. I thought they were affected. And I was with her the other day, if you saw my live, and she said they're victims. So 1 out of every 3 women in this room has been a victim of domestic violence. Get this. And that's just the people who talk about it. That's just the people who talk about it. There's a zillion we haven't talked about. Why do I tell you that? Because it's a platform for Mary Kay. And if you want growth, and if you want to become a strong recruiter, and I'll talk about that, but you have to learn how to unfold the story. Because the small part of the story is 50%. The small part of the story is new cars and diamonds. That's a small part of the story. And we're around 55 years. The big part of the story is what it did for me, what it can do for you, and what it has done for so many other people. That's why people join me. So it's a big part of the story. But let's go back to this piece that I think causes the most important part is understanding the right now passion goal. Because you have to understand, at the director level, it changes. So at the consultant level, Mary Kay says, get 3 people you're rejecting. Clear. If 5 people you're clear. You have 5,000 on target for your 5. Clear. 24 people you're not. Clear. You're going to sell her tonight. Everyone, right. It's like, whatever. And it's like when you're a consultant, I'm trying to read out. Postcard. Yeah, you. Director. So it changes. It very much changes. So therefore, you must become someone that is responsible for her right now passion goal and create it for yourself. And accept it. Don't apologize for it. And don't compare yourself to it. It's you. That's what makes you tick. One of the things in Mary Kay that we love is that we're in an environment where we're around a lot of amazing people. But it automatically puts us in an environment where we compare ourselves. And it's a very difficult place to be in. As much as we talk about it all the time. Don't compare. It's really important that you don't compare. However, I just want to be real with you. It's hard. It's hard not to compare, especially number 1, when you're in a sales organization. Number 2, you're on the scoreboard all the time. Number 3, they put everything in a Forbes magazine. Number 4, you have social media everywhere in front of you. Number 5, that's all we talk about is making ourselves better. So we are in that of comparison, and or if you find yourself comparing too much, the best way to deal with that is to learn the art of encouragement. So you spend your time legitimately encouraging someone else, legitimately being happy for someone else, legitimately being grateful for the talent that you've been given. Because I totally remember, walking around, and when I get frustrated, I walk outside my office and I walk around in my driveway, which is super long, and I walk. I remember when it was, but I remember accepting God's words to me when he said, I've given you charisma. That's your talent. I've given you motivation. That's your talent. And I've given you strategy. That's your talent. And because I used to be that kind of person, oh, Gloria, you're so good. Like, oh, no. I mean, have you ever been that way? Like, oh, someone tells you, oh, you're so good. Like, no. Like, if someone says to me, Gloria, you can really give it up. I'm like, no, you're crazy. I cannot. See, I know that's not my talent. If you ever get a gift from me, it's in a bag. It's different to be wrapped. Not gonna have a bow on it. It's gonna be in a bag. Maybe. So I know what is not my talent. And I do know what is my talent, my God-given talent. God gave everybody. He didn't say, oops, not you. Everybody has it, but everybody has to find it, identify it, and go with it. So one of the major things I do with my people is tell them to make a list, quietly by themselves. What are your talents? What are your gifts? Like really, what are your gifts? Because you can't, and it's my job to give it out, and you can't give what you don't have. So that's why I work hard to pull out from other people what they need, pull out from other people what they want, help them acknowledge what they have so they can turn around and understand what that gift is to the world, and they can stop denying the world the gift that they have by calling it fear. I can't talk to her because, I can't offer to her because. You don't understand that. That's the gift you're supposed to give to someone, right? And it's her decision to accept it. It's not my decision to convince her to have it if she wants it. I'll tell you what I say to people all the time. I say, my job is not to persuade you to do what you don't want to do. My job is to persuade you to do what you've been wanting to do, but have been too afraid to do it. It's my job to persuade you to do what you've been wanting to do, but you were too afraid. Because that is not good. So I want you to go back to that smart thing. I want you to go back to that smart thing. It's in the RT. I want you to go back to that right now passion goal. I want you to look at that. I want you to write down what your right now passion goal is. And then right up under that, on that right now passion goal, I want you to write down your 3 talents. Just 3 of them. You probably have more than that. Just 3. And it's okay if you change your right now passion goal. Because in order for you to have growth, 3 things, a couple things you know. I would say 3 things, but something company. First, you have to know the rhythm of Mary Kay. Let's just talk about you want to be a big girl in Mary Kay. I want to be a big girl. Because I will tell you, at every level, I appreciate the small, medium, large. At the consultant level, at the director level, and at the national level. And I'm going to tell you why. Because different people are at different levels for different reasons. And when I was going, my job is to find the needle in the haystack. I get paid a lot of money to find the needle in the haystack. So I get paid a lot of money to be in this table and find out who wants to go, who wants to say yes and go with me. Not trying to figure out why she's not. Because isn't that what we do? We talk to our unit members and she doesn't put $600 order, so now we're trying to figure out why she doesn't do it. Blah, blah, blah. And then every time you do that, you come back to yourself and say, it was because I didn't say it right, it was because I didn't do it right, it was because I didn't use the right words. No. It's because you did not go into that table with, this is what I'm doing, and I want them to go with me. And then letting them figure out if they want to go with me and how they want to get there. But the boldness and the visionary way of me articulating what I'm really doing. So I'll give you a vision of this. So I was in Massachusetts, and we were building the first $1 million unit in Massachusetts. And I used to say to them, we're doing the million with or without you. I will never need you. I will always want you and appreciate you, but I will never need you. I will never need you because I've been a broke woman before who put my entire belief in someone else. And that was not a good thing. And it's not a good thing to lead from a place of need. You can't lead what you need. You can't lead what you need. So it's very hard to lead a unit of 30 people because you need them so much. And when you need them, you can't lead them. You can only beg them, but you can't lead them. So you go back to the place of your right now passionate goal. And I want you to ask yourself this question. Look at the goal and ask yourself, am I operating in a failure is not an option with that goal? Am I operating in failure is not an option? Okay, so let me tell you how we got 384 people on our unit at one time. Okay, so number one, what makes the way Mayfield Banks tick is the race. I empower and influence. Did you notice? I get nothing else in me but power and influence. That's what makes me tick. Number one. Number two, it was a half price starter kit month. So it was a contest. It was a contest. Number three, my unit was very prepared. I had talked about medals all the time. I talked about gold medals all the time. So they knew gold medals, bronze medals, silver medals, but I always talked about gold medals. So they knew how excited I am about medals. You can assume that you can talk to a big unit about medals, but they didn't necessarily all get them, right? But in that moment, number four, critical. It's Vanilla Benjamin, which I'm living in Boston at the time, and she lives in New York, and she's going for the record. So I find out from her, because we're girlfriends, that she's going for the record. Oh, now we're ready. We're gonna kill. No, I'm going for it. So here's the thing. Iron sharpens iron. Her unit did way more because she knew my unit was going for it. My unit did way more because her unit was going for it. And we could not tell who was going to win the race. You had to drive that sucker all the way to midnight. You just had to keep going, because you didn't have time to call her and ask her what she was doing. You just had to keep going. I think they did like 200 and something. And we did 384. Craziness. But it was because what makes me tick, listen, what makes me tick and my gift, this is key, guys, is a gift to my unit. It's a gift to my area. Because if I was not going for the record, she would not have had recruited. She would have gone to that same month, like she's gone to all the other 12 months, not recruiting anybody. Now all of a sudden she has 3 recruits. And she's feeling like she's on top of the world. You know how, I think it's Heidi that says it, whose life is tied to your dreams? You know? And so sometimes we don't live out loud. And I will tell you this, in this business, it's easy not to live out loud because we are faced with so much discouragement. So one of my directors, Michelle Calvert, you'll see her in the I Can stories coming up. She says, the issue that we have to deal with in Mary Kay is we fail out loud. Whenever you miss something, everybody knows it. So you have to get used to knowing that it doesn't care. Because I've seen it happen so many times, people get so caught up with what people think about them because they fell down that they miss their life. Their life. They miss seeing the world. They miss hanging out with their girlfriends. They miss so much because they got so caught up with people. I remember one woman came back, and she came back into Mary Kay, and she had been a sales director before. She was in my area, and she had to stop for great reasons. And then she decided to come back because life got better, and she came back. And so we were getting ready to walk into a workshop, and she says, Gloria, she stopped, like, I can't go in. And she stopped like 2 or 3 years ago. And I said, what's wrong? She said, I can't go in. I said, why? She said, all those people are gonna know. I said, girl, those people ain't thinking about you, okay? They're not thinking about you at all. They're not thinking about you at all. All those women in there, 80% of them are new. And you're thinking about the 2 or 3 people that might remember you. And you forgot that they're gonna be excited to see you. So she would have lost all. Are you guys with me? Yeah. Write this down. It is all a head trip. It's a head trip. Everybody who does not blow out in this Mary Kay business, it is about a head trip. You know why? This business is all about squirt, spread, and ask them if they want some. That's what we do. Squirt, spread it. That is all we do. We got people out here that are heart surgeons, changing people's lives, teaching people's children. You know what I mean? We got people saving souls, running big churches, and we're tripping. Or someone says, no, I don't want to be Mary Kay. It must be the same way I asked them. I wore the wrong color. My lashes didn't stay on. I should have asked her at 5 o'clock and at 6 o'clock. I waited too late. I asked her too early. I texted the wrong script. I didn't send her the right picture. I didn't send her a picture at all. Squirt, spread. Do you want some of it? Are you guys with me? Yeah. We're tripping. That same squirt, spread, you want some of it, will take you around the world with your man. Yes. Around the world with your man. When Kent walked into that suite in Rome, where it had an upstairs and a downstairs and the floor moved. You guys, there was a button and the floor moved. I love you. I love you. My job over and over again. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over to teach them how to develop courage, how to build their confidence, so they can expand their choices. You have to know. There's a couple things you have to know. You have to know people want to buy our product. You have to know that they want a product. And the best way to know that is just to know that we're in the right industry. We are in a big, thriving, glamour industry. People want makeup, skincare, all day long. Period. Income. You're in a big industry. You have to know that people want this opportunity. You have to know. You also have to know that this opportunity is not for everybody. So it's okay if they say no. But until you know in your soul that people want this opportunity, you will prevent yourself from growing this opportunity. That people want this and people need this. And therefore you can be bold. I was talking to a woman yesterday, or 2 days ago. I was mentoring her in my area. And she said, I was talking to her, getting to know her, and she was saying that she's, I'm going to 3 or 4 months after she did the business. So I'm talking to her. She doesn't want to try Mary Kay. So I was asking her more questions, asking more questions. I know she's recently divorced, ask her more questions, ask her more. How old are you? 30 years old, ask her more questions. She has a 7-year-old, ask her more questions, ask her more. How much money do you make a year doing what you're doing? $31,000. Stop the magic. Stop. You cannot, I don't know which girlfriend told you. And I don't know what kind of energy you have in your life right now. But I'm here to tell you that $31,000 a single mother with a 7-year-old is not gonna make it. It's not enough. So much so that her ex-husband, the son, was in the hospital, and because the ex-husband makes so much money, the child is over there a lot of the time, and didn't tell her that her 7-year-old son was in the hospital. Can you imagine being a 7-year-old? And your mom's not there, and she's down the street. You see how much people need this? Are you nuts? Are you absolutely nuts? When you do Mary Kay or not, you need to know. I don't know who your girlfriend is. If you don't tell me you want to try with Mary Kay, you need to do this in a major force. Just to increase your income. So your son will know that you're there for him. Are you guys with me?
Yes.
That's how you get to the position of influence so that you can affect a woman's life who lives across the street. Doesn't matter if you're going to affect a zillion people's life. It might just be the woman across the street. That's how much you need to know that they need that. And that's what causes right now. That's what causes one to become bold. You become bold. So she went from, I'm going to try a little bit of Mary Kay. She went from, I don't know if I can find $600 to, oh, I'm going to get $1,800. It wasn't from me saying to her, you have these 2 choices and you're going to get this much free product and you're going to do all that stuff that I don't even know anymore. It wasn't about any of that. It was about you need to be in an environment where women will get in your face and tell you that that is not enough. So that you're not one. And you know what she said? I was wondering why I was in such trouble. It's not that they don't know, that no one was in her face enough to let her know. Right? Because you guys listen to this, we are still in a place where women still are the first ones to go to college in the whole family. They're still the first ones to make over $50,000. We have a lot of work to do. And most of it is showing them how they can do it. You guys with me? So anyway, let's go back to that right now, Passion Girl. We get it. Look at it. With your 3 kids. Okay, so now, I want you to think about the right now. Who wants to share what their right now passion goal is if they changed it? 6. I'll start talking. So let me give you a couple of thoughts. Ready? Number 1, 6 personal qualifier. Double credit month in October. 6 personal qualifier. And the month is over when? Next Thursday?
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. Wednesday midnight? We have a whole day Wednesday. And when you think about you in this room, if you're not thinking about those 6 qualifying, even if you got 0 personal recruits in this month, even if you think about whose life is tied to your career. And when you think about 5 red jackets in your unit, that you cross stage by leadership. Because I want you to think about it. If you didn't think about that goal, you might not have sat at her feet and said, you want to become a red jacket because I'm ready to take you there if you want to. And the reason I want to take you there is because blah, 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 blah. What characteristics are inside of her that could cause her? Because I want to represent my unit on the stage of leadership. She's not going to become a red jacket because it's a big deal for her. She'll become a red jacket because it's a big deal for us. You guys with me? Someone said, you said for the court, some of the court sales. You guys, as directors, if you are a director that completely does not get $10,000 every month without effort, you should be doing record sales and record sharing. Period. In the conversation. What I tell people, and I believe it, is that there are some consultants who make more money than directors because they sell more products. There are some directors who make more money than nationals because of the way they choose to run their business. The way you live your life is different. A director lives her life differently than a consultant. A national lives her life different than a director. A national never has to win a Cadillac before. A national gets to travel around the world before. A national makes different choices. Are you right? A director makes different choices. So you have to decide where you want to be. It is not just a decision, although first is a decision. First is a decision. Then it is, what are you going to do right after you made this? I made the decision. Now what do I need to do after I've made the decision? Someone said $500,000. Well, you need to know what is the next step for me to do $500,000. What is the next step for me to do $1 million? What is the next step for me to get into the mini group? What is the next step for me to do to be premier? What is the next step? Okay, so let me give this to you. For sure, at this level, it is personal work. It is definitely personal work. The only time personal work does not become your #1 priority is when your unit is about 150 to 200 people and you're at the elite level. When you're at the elite level and you want to go national, it then becomes your #1 priority again, because it is the personal work that helps you find the superstars. And to me, I'm just start money. Right there, Gloria loves the money. I clearly like it. So I know how to work a marketing firm. So if I'm going to become a national sales director, I'm going to become a lead, I'm going to become a senior sales director. I want as many of them to be my personal team members, because they're going to be the most serious, personal work people. And if they're going to place an order, I should be the third people say. That has nothing to do with me ignoring people that are not my personal team. That is me doing the work, so I have plenty of personal people to pay attention to. Are you guys with me? You know the difference. And so when I walked into my very first inner circle meeting, okay, so one of the things I talk about is confidence is always rebuilt. You're never just totally confident in life. You're always rebuilding your confidence. As you move up, you build your confidence. When you go from consultant to red, you rebuild your confidence. You go from red to, you always rebuild your confidence. So I walk into my first inner circle meeting, and I'm like, I mean, I thought I was a beast before that. I was like, here we go. And so we're sitting at the table, and at that particular meeting, Tom Motley's the president, and the very next to Tom Motley. But in my first meeting, what I observed from the women that were there is that they mastered the marketing. Write this down. They did not work from emotion. They worked from intelligence. They didn't work from emotion. Just yesterday, okay, so you guys know I do a lot of work with my friend Keith Harley, and he did a retreat with some people in Baltimore, and he talked to them about their business. He took a group of 4 women. He took a group of 5 women, and he said, how many of you want to make an extra $13,000 in 13 days? 5 women raise their hand, 4 women are still tracking it. And they're on day 9, and 4 women have made $9,000 in retail sales. And they weren't doing anything like that before. So she's telling me the story. I'm on the phone with one of the VIQs, VIQ yesterday morning. She's crying, spreading her face. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Here's what I want to tell you. She switched her mindset. Write that down, mindset. She switched her mindset from selling, 200 to 300 every other day, or maybe 500 or 600, maybe 500 or 600 a week, She left that environment. She went to the thrift store, spent $50 and bought 3 suits that made her look amazing. Cut her hair, colored it, did her nails, all that kind of stuff. Came out, said, if I'm gonna sell 1,000 a day, I need to look like $2,000 rent. Was crying because she made $8,400, or $8,700 in 8 days. Her life circumstances made it such that she was living with her mother with her 2 daughters and her husband, which is another definition of homeless because of life circumstances. Not that she's not bad, because of life circumstances. Now, they were thinking they'd be able to move out by the first of the year. Now they're going to be able to move out by December 1st. She was able to pay her daughter's Christian tuition in advance. You know how you always pay in arrears when you're in advance. And she wiped out 75% of her debt in 8 days. With the power of 50%. Now you guys think, what would that do for your life if you just increased just $5,000 for the month? You guys, are you with me? Mm-hmm. So sometimes we don't think about our mindset and how our mindset can be shifted because the power of the 50% is there always. I say the power of mindset. I won my car in 5 months, and then I became an on again, off again VIP. That's another term for I missed it. Sabotage. Okay. Anybody missed a goal in this room? Anybody missed a goal? Put your hand up really high. If you missed a goal, put your hand up really high. Okay. Make an L.
Oh no.
Right. We're all in this. You can't change when you're not willing to acknowledge. I'll lose it several times. Allah, get back up. Allah, get back up. Allah, get back up. But then I went to a retreat. I'll never forget. The January jumpstart kind of retreat. You know, they play that sassy song at the end of the retreat. You know, we cry. Then they play the song even longer. You know that song, right? Enough is enough. Kept on. So that was January. February, we worked January, February, put it back together. I submit March 1st. March 1st, I have a regular DIQ month, right? Complete, great. April. March, April, right. March, April, right. Next month, better, much better month, but still, regular DIQ month, better month. Probably could have finished it. In the second month, they had 8 more people. And this little piece of paper came across the desk that said, this is what you need to do over 31,000 as a DIQ to break the company record. I whispered to my director, that's interesting. I can break a company record. And she wanted to go to Switzerland on the top trip. That's the only reason I even paid attention to the breaking a record. That's why I feel it's so critical that you give your people a place to play. Because I would not have paid attention to it. So then, Shirley Hutton, who was the #1 in the nation at the time, flew into Boston to do our career conference. And while she was there, she did a guest event. At the guest event, she said, who's Gloria Mayfield? I understand she's going to break the record. I looked at my director and I couldn't stand her. You told her. She calls me up to the stage in front of everybody and tells them I'm going to break the DIQ record. I did not know that it was Cindy Williams' record. And before Cindy broke the record, Stacey James had broken it. You guys with me? Yes. So she sits me down, Shirley Hutton, she says, breaking the record, that's no big deal. You just need 10 women to come in with 9 orders. I said, okay. Having never recruited a star, ever. You know how you look at me like, Have at it. She leaves, flies back with her meat flowing, you know. I start that month with 22 people, May 1st, 22 people in my unit. I finished the month with 67 people in the unit. 5 women go on target for their car. 2 of those women become national sales reps that I recruited when I was in my 3rd month of TIQ. Of the $10 million that I had made at one point in my career when I was up to $10 million, they were responsible for 4 of the $10 million. 2 recruits that I got while I was in TIQ. Kim Walker, Sabrina One Monday. I love them. Are you with me? Are you with me? So I just want you to know a mind shift can change your reality. And that's what happens when you have a right now passionate goal. And so you have to stay in each other's space, because when you're in a top area, write this down, La La Land is easy. You're in La La Land when you're in a top area. It's so easy. It's great because you're in a top area. It's great because you're following somebody who has a stellar reputation. It's great because you're going to get recognition just by saying whose area you're in. It's also judgmental. And I tell my directors that all the time. You walk around with that magic pen, you walk into any room, and people will recognize you as being part of the magic. They've already made a statement about you. They love you. Your energy. I said, but the problem is you don't have to perform to live in La La Land. So I want you guys to do a check on yourself and ask yourself, have I been in La La Land? Or am I in beast mode? And I want you all to know, no matter what you say to your girlfriend, I do not care. This business is fun in beast mode. It just is. How many know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It is fun in beast mode. Let's talk about why it's fun in beast mode. Tell me why you think it's fun in beast mode. The energy. Let's write this down. The energy. Yes, absolutely. What else? Everybody. You attract, yep. Right? You attract. Well, no, let's define that. What did you mean by that? You said everybody wants to attract. What was good about that? You know, because it could mean a couple things. Like I interpreted it as attracting, but it doesn't have to be that. It could be that's just the way I think. When I'm in beast mode, I think differently. So she could have been saying, I think everybody's going to join me. You know what I'm saying? It could be a couple things. Excellent. What else? Confidence is what?
It's just having to carry yourself.
You have confidence when you're in beast mode. You create confidence when it oozes out of your body. Y'all remember being in DIQ when you had that confidence mode, like you told your family, get out of my way? Like I'm hungry? I don't care. I mean, really? You're hungry? Are you signing an agreement? No, then you're not hungry. You don't remember that? Oh, there had better be a can of something in the glass cabinet. I don't even know what it is. It's in a can. You can eat it. I'm gonna walk right out with you. Well, hey. I've had it. Okay. We've all been there. What else? What else? What happens when you're in beast mode? What you say? The no's don't affect you. The no's, you don't even hear them. What else?
Winning.
The winning. What about it?
You feel so excited because you're winning.
Excitement. Excitement is different than energy. Absolutely. You're excited. You start winning. Winning. What else? Beast mode. You pivot faster. You pivot faster. Some of you remember being in the new director program and it was Fabulous 50s? And it was the last day and you had to get 10 people or 7 people. And she said, no, and you're like, whatever. No, whatever. No, whatever. Yes, whatever. And she said, yes, it was whatever because you had to keep going, right? When you are now in beast mode, you celebrate too long. You celebrate too long. When you're in beast mode, You expect a yes, and you expect a no, and keep it, bigger, faster. That's what else?
You lead instead of no desperation.
Yes, you lead without desperation. You lead without desperation. You lead with power behind you. You clearly lead. When you are in beast mode, you lead like this. When you're not in beast mode, you lead like this. Like you're wondering if they're or you lead like this. Right? Right? When you're in beast mode at a skincare class, it's the same thing. When you're in beast mode at a skincare class, don't you walk in there differently? You know, over here. Action, Gloria, nice to meet you. How are you? I even almost like this car right here. When you're in beast mode, you're like, you connect. Right? But if you don't know, if you don't walk in beast mode, like, hi, how are you? What's your name? Ashley. Right? Have we all done it? Haven't we all done it? Like, I hope you buy something. I hope you become my friend. I hope you talk nicely about me. It changes, doesn't it? What else? What else? What else? Because I want to tell you, all of this is about growth.
Yes, that was what I was going to say. You're inspiring instead of trying to convince them when you're a business. It's inspirational.
You are inspiring. You said instead of what?
Instead of convincing.
Convincing. You are inspiring. That's an excellent word. You're inspiring. You become inspirational. You become inspirational when you're in beast mode. What else? Think back, think back. And you guys, I want you to think. It's not just in Mary Kay. Think about other times you've been in beast mode. Think about when you move. I teach this all the time to consultants. When you're going to move, how on the, You're joyful. You're joyful when you're in beast mode. You are much happier in beast mode because of all the endorphins that come out when you're in beast mode. When you're moving, and you know the movers are coming on the 30th, on the 25th, you're too tired. On the 26th, I can't get it done. You're at Walmart walking around not doing nothing. On the 28th, you're like, whatever. On the 30th, you're up all night. The music's popping. You're putting things in the boxes. You don't even care if it's the right label. Because the mover's coming, and you don't want to pay any extra money. You guys know? I want you to think, not just in marriage or beast mode, where other times have you been in beast mode? And what has happened? Focused. You're incredibly focused. You're incredibly clear. Aren't you focused? You're clear, and you completely understand what's required. When you're not in beast mode, you think this strategy or that strategy, I'll do it this way, I'll do it that way. But when you're crystal clear, someone will say, well, I think what you like, I ask you what I'd ask you your opinion. How do you know what I'm talking about? This is really what we've been when we're in beast mode. If you're in this room, you have been in beast mode. The other thing I want to tell you is that if you're in this room, life has happened to you. It is impossible for someone to become an adult without having dealt with some form of life. And it's called life. And the bigger you become, the more people's life you have to deal with. So you have to become an expert at knowing it's not what happens to you, it's how you handle it. I didn't say you need to get better. I said you need to become an expert at it. I want you to think about the times that you had to call Kristin and tell her what is going on and how she's had to handle the heaviness you give her at 1 o'clock and be totally excited for somebody else at 1:30. And then totally into your life at 2:30. And then totally somewhere else at 3:30. While she's handling her family, her kids, her home. And those animals that live in your backyard. That she was telling me about a rooster. I was just out at St. James retreat, and they live in Omaha, or that's where her retreat was, in Omaha. And, you know, they got a lot of farms out there, and so they're talking about calves and tying the rope around the arm. I'm like, what are you talking about? Child. I mean, good. You know, it's just so hilarious. Okay, so I want you to look at your piece of paper. I want you to look at your right now, past you go. I want you to ask yourself, is it meeting those criteria? Look at your right now, past you go that you said or thought about. Look at the SMART responsibilities we talked about. Look at the things that happen with beast mode, and then define. Am I operating with a true right now passion goal? Before I get there, I want to tell you that you have to understand the difference between a goal and a strategy. And you need to know that sometimes a goal is a goal, and sometimes the goal is a strategy. So, with you, right? So, for instance, in this business, a goal might be Cadillac, and the strategy is to have gold medals. But in October, the goal becomes the gold medal. And the strategy becomes to hold enough parties so that I can have a gold medal, so I can hit the other goal of the Cadillac. Are you with me? And sometimes the Cadillac is the strategy to do a bar pin. Like, I need to hit my Cadillac before I can get a bar pin, or I need to hit my Cadillac before I do half million. Or sometimes the Cadillac is the strategy to become a senior director. And sometimes the senior director strategy is so I can hit the Cadillac. Are you guys with me? So it's not defined by anyone other than you. But the most important question is it a right now passionate goal, so that I can put myself into beast mode, so that I can have a quantum leap? Because out living in La La Land is painful. How many know La La Land is painful? How many of you know there's no comfort in the comfort zone? We're all feeling it, like this, you know? And it's what the beauty of this business, let me tell you something. The beauty of this business is that there's never enough. We are ambitious women. If you're in this room, you're ambitious. And so when someone else is super excited about a $300,000 outfit, someone else feels like, I want $500,000. But someone wants $500,000, dying by $500,000, like, someone's like, I want the trip. Someone's like, I've done 3 trips, I want $1 million. It's always more. You have to be, again, an expert in living in the land of more. So what I do is I look to recruit people who want more. One of my #1 criteria is, do you already know God intended you to have more? Do you already know that? Because if you don't know that, that was your mother's job. It was your mother's job to tell you you deserve more. It's not my job. My job is if you already know you want more, but you don't know how to get it, my job is to help you learn how to get it. But if I have to, in an interview, convince you that you need to give your children more, that you need to make more than $31,000 a year, if I have to convince you, if I have to spend 40 minutes of my conversation in that, I'm talking to the wrong person. Unless your unit is really huge. When your unit is growing, like you guys talked about, you do not have the time to grow people. You have to find people. When your unit is big, you have the time to grow people. Find people or grow people. Okay, so now let's look at that. Right now, passion go. Really, this is right here. Look at that. Now, tell me who needs to change their goal. Let's just be girlfriends here. You need to change their goal. Like right now, passion go. Like, come on. Who's gonna share? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me what it was. Tell me what you want to change it to or something. What do you recruiting kid, by the way. Okay. Is that what it is? Yeah. Okay. Recruiting kid, right? That's her right now. Passion goal is 10 new recruits by the end of October. Qualified or otherwise, or just get in.
And with 6 qualified.
You know what? And even however she answered is fine, right? You don't judge, but I will push for the specifics. Because until you're specific, it's just a dream. You can't run a race unless you know where the finish line is, or you just keep running. Excellent. Who else is going to be bold enough to share?
That's a great team that I need to recruit 5 more by the end of the month.
Which will bring you to how many?
I did that the last time I
Mm-hmm.
I try to do this. I do 5 days.
5. Okay, give me the seasons.
I'm going to recruit and get them back to becoming qualified October 31st.
Okay, 5 new women qualified by October 30th. Okay. Are you passionate about that? Oh, yes. Why?
I've got goals. My family has goals. We're going to do this.
Can you give us a little bit more? Be transparent.
It's kind of hard. I'm going to learn Spanish. That's right. I know it.
Right. Right. Okay, so
My husband lost his job.
Go ahead.
So he's doing some business. We're working too. Business companies in one house.
You guys, you have to force each other to be transparent. Yes. Especially within the area. Because if you do not provide a platform for people to be truthful and transparent, you disallow her to motivate other people. Her tears would not have come if she didn't share hers. Are you with me? Someone else is hurting. It doesn't look hers. And it doesn't even have to be because of your situation. It could be her situation could be totally different. Or some of them are just criers. Sabrina just cried if you like put on a bra. If you put on a bra with Sabrina, she starts crying. Some people are very sensitive, some people are not. However, some people are hurting. So now she's sad to you. It's hard. Her husband's not here, she's not for her dream, her house. Now, when you send her a box, it'll be a lifting box. Now, when you take the time to send her a postcard, you know it'll be at the right day, it'll be at the right time. What did I say at the early beginning? I said you must learn to be encouraging. If you want more to come to you, you must give out more. You have to feed into her how your fight going. You see, if you're not careful, you'll think it's pressure. It's not pressure. It's I believe in you. Go get those 5. It is Wednesday, 10 p.m., and she's sitting at home with 2 people, and she has to get calls from you guys. Where's the third one going to come from? Where's the third one? She's going to be like, oh, she starts having diarrhea. Right? But she gets them because you guys keep at it. Then she gets an extra $500 or $600. You guys, you gotta understand the rhythm of the momentum. Now she gets more money her husband did not anticipate. Are you with me? It gets easier because she puts herself in beast mode, then the results happen. The results do not happen before you're in beast mode. If you're not, everyone in this business operates in or out of passion. And it's okay because you cannot perpetually stay in that state. However, we most stay out of that state so long that it's hard to get back in that state. Like for me, I had a foot operation, right? So now I'm back in the heels, but I was in a foot operation for a long time. But before that, I used to work out like crazy. And now it's very hard for me to get back into my workout because I have left the workout environment for a very long time. So it's not easy for me to get, but we're going on a cruise in May. So trust me, I am going to start eventually. Are you guys with me? But it's hard to get back into that month. It's like she said, I did it last October. One of the things I said to you is, I will say to all of you, you are stronger than you remember. However, you have to know your story to know how strong you are. You have to write it out. You have to craft it out. You have to take bullets. And you need to write your story. And you need to tell your story. Because it is your story that will give you the gumption. One other thing I want to tell you about beast mode. When you're in beast mode, negative people ping out of your life. They ping away. They cannot stand an energy and excellence. Your excellence causes them to feel uncomfortable. So if they don't have the energy, if they don't have anything nice to say, eventually they melt away. Your cousins go away if they don't have something nice to say. They just melt away from you. You guys with me? Okay, so what else? Let me stay with you for a minute. What's your first name? Wendy, since you've chosen to be transparent. Why don't you go? I need my sister's name. That's right. Because here's what I want to say. There's 80 billion directors in America. Yeah, they're walking around leadership with their director's suit on, not feeling fabulous, right? But they're afraid to stand and tell their friends because of what's going on in her head. Not because of her reality, not because of who she is, but because of the way she thinks. You guys with me? And the way she thinks allows someone else sitting next to her to think and think and think. When you're transparent, you stand up and you say, I've been in domestic violence for 10 years. When you stand up and say, I found out I was dyslexic. When I stand up and say, I lost 3 babies, 2 twins at 5.5 months, and the 3rd child before I had the 2 that I have now. When I stand up there, and then I stand up there and I say, I'm #1 American. It's the path. Everybody has a journey. She'll be able to say, I went to a retreat with 5 days left to the end of the month. And I had 5 women who I almost had to kill to come on my personal team. Right. And you give me that credit card right now. Right. You know, it just, and that person will say that Wendy called me at 11:45 and forced me to give her the credit card. And now I'm here being crowned as Rookie of the Year because Kristin said I was the #1 director in the area because Wendy recruited me out of pain. That I would not lose what I worked for. Are you guys with me? She has a story. When you think about the #1 financial challenge that you have right now, what would that be? See, the thing is, when it's so many, you don't even know which one is first. And therefore, for clarity, right? It becomes unclear. It's so much that we don't even know which one first, but there is a one first. And so the first thing I say to her is, you find some girlfriend who will help you financially pull it together. Because she's going to try and pull it together for herself, but that is not her wheelhouse. So when I was going through my divorce, I had to have someone to pull that together for me because that was not my wheelhouse. She sat me down, she says, you can no longer go to cleaners. You can no longer go to movies. She almost killed me. She said, are you sure? Like in movies, it's like you can't go to movies. Like for real, the movie, like that's one thing I like to do. You can't go to movies. You can't eat out. Well, I'm a die and so are my kids because I can't cook. So, I mean, she just laid it all out. But when she told me what I could, it gave me the fire to understand how I was going to get out. Right. I had to have a path, a clear understanding. And that's why, you guys, it is not just that the women in Mary Kay, that the women that are not in Mary Kay that need help. It's the women that are in Mary Kay that know that this opportunity is sitting in front of them and they just cannot grasp it yet. And the reason they can't grasp it yet is because they're thinking about all of this when all she needs is 5 new personal qualified in October. And all her mind needs to be around is that, period. She'll get to San Diego, she'll get the money, she'll get the rate, she'll get all that. But that's not what she needs right now. Right now, she needs 5 new personal. And she needs all of you all pouring into her. Like, we will kill you if you don't find 5 people.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Did you hear what she just said?
Because Wendy is spectacular. Give her a big round.
Yes.
How do you feel it? Need to be reminded of how spectacular. You guys, let me share something with you. Social media has taken something from us that we have to replace. Text messaging has taken something from us that we need to replace. We need to let people hear through a real phone call sometimes. Boxer is great. I'm big on Boxer. Boxer is great, but sometimes it's the phone call. Sometimes it's the postcard. You don't have to say it loud. You can just say, look, because the front of the postcard has some devil thing on it. How many of you know that when you get a postcard, you always get it at the exact same time? You get it at the right time. It's almost like it's oxygen. Yeah, that's how it is. You have to change your story from I have to hold classes to I get to hold. I have to hold parties to I get to hold parties. How many parties do you need? Statistics. I'll talk to directors now. Some of I'll talk to the consultants about, but to the directors. You have to know how much you sell per face.
250 plus.
Okay. Yes, you know it's 250.
It's 250.
Okay, so if you know it's 250, she then knows exactly how many faces, whether they buy nothing or they buy a lot. It's average per face. I need you each to know that number. Because that number does a couple things. Number one, it teaches you how to make your own money as a sales director. But number two, it teaches your unit how to make money. Because what we need is consultants who have customers that purchase, reorder. They never quit when they have a reorder business. 2 things stop them from quitting. Number one, a reorder business, and number 2, knowing what to do. Knowing what to do. If they don't know what to do, they quit. They have to know what to do to get whatever level they want to get to. They have to know what to do. They have to know what skill they need. 4 things. 4 things will stop you, and 4 things that will propel you. I call it the STEM of Mary Kay. STEM, skill, management, skill management, time management, emotional management, and money management. Those 4 things will take you up or bring you down. Whenever you're frustrated, whenever you're talking to someone who is frustrated, I promise you, almost 90% of the time, it's going to fall into one of those categories. Which one of these 4 things is stopping you? Your skill set. Excuse me, you don't know how to get names. You don't know how to do it. You don't know how to get an interview. You don't know how to close it. You don't have skill. You don't know how to fit in. You keep saying, I don't have time, I don't have time, I don't have time. You don't know how to fit Mary Kay into the crevices of your life. Emotions, emotional management. I'll give you my best tip on emotional management. My best tip on emotional management is when you get upset and you think you're gonna cry, or you're gonna cry, go take a shower. Excuse Wendy right now, she's gonna go take a shower. You go take a shower. While you're in the shower, you cry it all out. Because you know how it feels when you want to cry, right? It can last hours when you cry. So frustrated. Just cry it all out. You get out of the shower, you redo your makeup, you put on a bright outfit. Bright. Because it brings people into you. Bright outfit. And you get out of the house. If you're married or you're in a relationship, your husband should say to you, how come every time we get in a conversation, you go take a shower? You always take a shower. Whenever there's an argument, excuse me, I get the shower. When you come out, you're going to be totally, okay, so what's the big deal? It's no longer going to be a big deal. Your consultant is mad because she had a party that was definitely going to hold. And you know how they call you crying, like, just go take a shower, call me back. She's having an emotional moment. She wanted me to drag him to her party. I got money management. Big tip, don't worry about it till you get something. Know whether it's your wheelhouse or not. Here's a challenge I want to say about this. Women either know how to manage money or they don't. Most don't. Some really are great at it. We never talk about it, but most of us are not great at it. In Mary Kay, we know how to make it. Making it and managing it is 2 different things. If that's not your wheelhouse, you can find someone who's good at it. Provide you with a structure that you can understand to help you navigate through money. And enough leverage for you to do crazy things. In Mary Kay, we do crazy things. We order things when we probably, according to the money manager, ain't a good idea. I remember placing a Star Consultant order when I was a consultant in Boston to get a coffee maker that said Mary Kay. I want you to know, I wasn't drinking coffee at the time. I didn't drink coffee. I didn't like coffee. I didn't serve coffee. And there's not time to invest. There really are times. I think we should take a quick break, or maybe just week. I remember.
Yeah. All right. 10 minutes, y'all.
Wait.
Hold on a second. You can get her thing. That's not six. Did you know how long this is going to be? Like one. I am going up to them. I'll be right back. Okay? I need to get my room key. And I don't know. They won't believe I don't get it. Oh, Boogie. It's Boogie. I'm going to go get my room key. They wouldn't believe.
Okay, I'll tell them to bring it down to you. Don't bring your phone and bring it with you. They need to go explore the facility anyway. It's very pretty. Who's done that? It was $20.
They want you to do it for
$20
$20.
and I went in there to buy a present.
Okay.
For like stuff, and I was like, you're gone. And I don't even like shopping. I hate spending money. I love all of it. So funny story, when I leave here, I have to run out.
Did you forget?
Yeah. I went to go look at the report last night, just to make sure I'm there. And I was freaking hidden. It was hidden. What is wrong? I said, I don't have a dress. And he was like, I had no life. It just is terrible. And I wasn't going to go. It was either buy a $200 dress that I was going to keep and wear to San Diego and all these other things too, or not.
Dylan, you have it with you? Well, why don't you go up there, call them, and try again. Just call on the phone and say.
And where's this?
Or I can get that.
What are you doing? Oh, I like it. Your outfit. So you look, that's right. So you look a little ugly, right? Yes. Well, we like stuff like 500 not yeah. And so we got here about 12. I ain't gonna measure like 30. Oh my goodness. I'm like, I was like, I was miserable. I was miserable. I left him in bed. Yes. Are you talking to him already?
No. Well,
Liar, liar.
This isn't him.
Liar.
This is Mom. The water will get cold eventually. That's the worst.
Well, unless it's extremely hot, then it will. It's really sad. It's like I was the only person to apparently I'm a facial girl.
I told you.
No, I was wondering why I was going to I pivoted. They're not even there anymore. They've Trump is actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm a copy Become your egg. If she starts, I'm all right. Okay, go ahead, girl. It was not possible to add that. You gotta know that. No, but that was the thing about
Okay, ladies, come on back in. So who is just absolutely so glad you're here. You're so glad you're here. Amen. Oh my gosh. She, Gloria has a way of identifying. I know it's identifying, but I also think it's discernment on what she needs to say. I mean, don't we all feel that she's speaking to us? Who's already had like a breakthrough that was the one sentence I needed, or would anybody share like that one connection? Shanna?
So beast mode will not, what is it? Beast mode won't bring you, beast mode brings you the results. The results don't come. Yeah. Right. The results don't come to your beast mode. So what I got from that was like, you can't, you gotta put yourself there. But you gotta figure out how to put yourself there so that everything else will follow, not.
Right.
There's a time and place to share it.
No.
Right.
Thank you. Shanna?
The beast mode for me also is the story of the VIP super helpful. I moved in August and I've been knowing I'm not in beast mode, wanting to get there, but just not making it.
Right.
Thank you.
Excellent.
What makes me tick is a gift for my unit. Like being okay with what drives you and to know that it is a gift for you.
I am kind of playing off of that a little bit. I'm in a process of just really self-discovery and some personal growth right now, and I love just breaking it down, just identify what your God-given gifts are and that they're going to be different from other people's, and just owning and appreciating and not apologizing for who you are and what your gifts are. So just me personally identifying those things and putting force behind it and using that to be my driving force. And getting me into beast mode. So just that whole process, I'm excited to have some self-reflection there.
I think she gave us permission to be bolder, to be more courageous, to stop listening to so many of the lies either we told ourselves or that the environment that we were raised in told us. And so there was a lot of release from things. Finding your identity, living your identity,
Creating your story.
creating your story. Let's do it again for Gloria.
But I do want to say this. Really recently, I am on this kick about creating your story. Because I think that our background, like you say, our current situation last week, whatever, tells a story. And it's not always easy to tell the story, but when you plan and prepare and know that your story is important, you will build a bigger base of women who are attached to you and are influenced by you and want to be in your space when you are bold enough to craft your story so that they are inspired to tell their story. So I'm gonna do an exercise you're gonna this is how I help some people hold on to the thing. I'm gonna show you how to craft a story. Who's searching for the right now passion goal? Who's searching for the right now passion goal? This one here?
Yes.
She pointed to you. Too bad you're in. Come on.
Extensions and all that.
Okay, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about why you're doing American.
I got into American because I was buying American, and I kept buying it. I was into other
Direct
at
selling?
home products and working from home because I can't really get a job anywhere else. I can't believe
It's okay.
you're doing this.
It doesn't matter where you've been, it only matters where you're going. Okay, so go ahead.
So 6 years ago, I was living on the streets. I was completely homeless and hooked on drugs and living a crazy life. And I got caught, got arrested, sent to prison. And now I've been clean and sober for 5.5 years. Finally, I was like, what does it take to get into Mary Kay? Because I just get right. And she started to start. So now Mary Kay is all I do. So, but I see how that it can help others and uplift others. And I are just in like financial, hurt. And,
Right.
To where that Mary Kay can help them.
Okay, and what is when you make your money to do American, because this is your full-time job, what is your biggest driving force right now?
Money is my biggest driver.
To do what?
I want to provide, I'm trying to provide for, so I have 2 children, and I've lost custody of my children.
Okay,
But
and how old are they?
My daughter's 19.
Okay.
But my son is 9.
Okay,
And I'm trying to provide for their future.
okay,
I'm trying to, if something were to happen to me, make sure that they are taken care of, that
Right.
they will have.
right.
So that's what I'm doing.
Okay, great, awesome. Okay, so what's your first name?
Marsha.
Marsha. And for your 9-year-old son, and you don't have custody of him,
No, I don't.
but you can contribute to his,
I do. I do contribute to him now.
okay.
Yes.
Is there a certain something that you can do for him like right now that would make you do even more than what you're doing right now?
Well, right now, the real cool thing about it is in addition to the child support that I pay, I'm able to give my sister extra money and I go and I can buy him clothes. Now on top of that, I've been able to do that. My sister called and she was like, I don't get free lunches anymore because because when my daughter turned 18, and now she's 19, and her other daughter turned 18, and then her son just turned 18. And she's like, they're counting Kirsten, that's my daughter, they're counting her income, so I can't get free or reduced lunches for Stanley anymore, and he won't eat it anyway. And she's like, so I'm going to have to go to the store and buy his food. And I was like, look, I was writing a check. and you just go to the store and get him whatever he wants.
Stanley's your son.
Stanley's my son
Okay.
now.
And he's with
so
your sister.
He's with my sister.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so I was just able to I was like, how much you
Did y'all see how her light, her face lit up?
Yeah.
When did her face light up?
She's talking
About
about
her son and giving him the money, being able to do it.
So when she walks into a skincare class, she says, "Hi, my name is Marsha. I am so excited to be the beauty consultant that teaches this class today. I get to be the first to introduce you to the brand new Mary Kay. There's 2 things I have to do today. Number 1, I have to make sure you fall in love with me. And number 2, I have to make sure you fall in love with the product. Because without me, you can't have the product." Okay, so that's very exciting. I want to tell you a little bit about why I love what I do. I've been doing Mary Kay for 18 months. And I absolutely love it. The number 1 reason that I love this business is because of what I get to give you, what I get to contribute to my son's growth. He's out, not 9. He's 9 years old. He's won up over for the last 5.5 years, almost 6 years. I was on the street at one time, homeless. But I love this business because it has allowed me to create a different dream for myself and for my children. It also allows me to be an inspirational view to other people. I don't know what your deal is, but Mary Kay said if there's 3 women sitting around a table, one of you is a beauty consultant, and I don't know which one of you it is. But I want you to watch me tonight because I'm currently going into management and I'm earning a free car with Mary Kay. And what turns the light on in my face is what I'm able to give my sister so that my son has. Everybody else's story might be, Stanley. Name's Stanley. Okay, and he's 9 years old. And he is sports or anything like that?
No, he loves presidents, though. He loves history. He's all about history.
Okay.
Presidents.
Okay, so would you like to go to a museum?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Like
so-
Smithsonian or something.
That's what I do. So you give your sister money to go there.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so she would say something like, she really planned this out. She got her son planned it out. It'd be in April, on the 16th of April. You guys, I want you to think about me on the 16th of April, where I'm going to surprise my sister and my son with $1,000 cash so he can take him to the Smithsonian Museum, to stay at a lush, plush hotel, to eat whatever he wants. Can you imagine a 9-year-old going to Washington, D.C. and eating whatever he wants to eat? And my sister never tells him no, he can't have it. I know it'll be popcorn and caramel corn the entire weekend, but I'm going to be okay with that for that entire weekend because I want to give him a gift that when he steps into school on the 19th, he will tell every single one of his friends the experience that his mama gave him on April 16th, 2019. So let us get started. That's the story. Yep. She gets to tell at every single skincare class. And at the end of the class, she said, I'm so impressed with you. My story is nothing like your story. However, because you were bold enough to tell you my story, what I really would like is to be able to give my sister some money for her own child. Her mind.
Yes. Yeah. And she's a recording gospel singer. Yeah. She didn't tell you that.
Well, you just need to stand up and start singing. Do you guys see what I mean is there's more inside of us than we are comfortable telling people. And your ability to be transparent allows other people to want to be on your team. Mm-hmm. The more you mask who you truly are, the longer it takes for you to build other people. You can't think about Mary Kay Ash, you guys. Think about it. You can't build people, change people, influence people by hiding who you are. You gotta be bold. You guys, nowadays we see Mary Kay, we see these beautiful pictures of Mary Kay. We stand up when she comes out on career conferences, gorgeous. But if you talk back to the other inner circle nationals that really sat at her Mary Kay's feet, she taught me new direction. Instead of sitting there saying, I'm gonna buy mascara because I want her son to go to the Smithsonian. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be able to craft the story, tell the story. So I tell my consultants to write out the open your skincare class verbatim. To have a specific dream that they're creating now. To tell okay, so we were talking. She's a career director, very, very powerful. And sales, but her finances were great, her husband's finances were great. She really didn't have a beast mode reason. So keep talking, keep talking. There's a sister who has either 3 or 4 children, and they have a fabulous marriage and they have been wanting to move into a home. They've been living in an apartment, saving money for a home. So they want to go on vacation either. They craft this whole story. She leaves my house. She drives upstate New York, knocks on the door of her sister, walks into her sister's house, and said, I'm paying for an all-expense vacation for you, your husband, and your children at Disney for a week. Husband and wife start crying because they had not been on vacation for 4 years to save for the house. This is her niece and nephew. She didn't even know. Because we think maybe, well, they didn't want to go on vacation, but are you guys with me? Now she is on fire with an all-expense paid vacation to Disney. And you know, you can do it at different levels. You can do it at the Red Roof Inn, or your children, and in August, on the 27th, they're going to board flight, American Flight 12. You know, she unfolds over it. I really want to see what airline, what flight, what time, where are they going, what are you doing? So the people at the table, do you guys get this? They're engrossed with what she's creating, not just selling Mary Kay. Because when you just sell Mary Kay, you've missed the entire purpose. Write this down. Enrich the lives of women. So whose life are you enriching in the story you tell at the table? It might be yours, it might be your son's, it might be your sister's, it might be your mother, I don't know. But we all have a story to tell, and we're not telling the story. And you craft the story. Because that's what they'll see, that's what they'll remember. Then you tell them I want a car. Then you tell them I'm going to the National Court of Sales, National Court of Sharing. Then you tell them you're going to take my husband to Hawaii. Then you know what I'm saying? That's the extra. You with me? Okay, so let me tell you another thing. You guys talked about growth. And we are going to open for questions. Okay, so do I have permission to be real?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. In order for a unit to grow, you must have 10 new people or come into your unit. In order for a unit to grow, you must have 10 new people a month. Less than 10 is backwards. This is not me, this is Mary Kay Ash. So, if you are in struggle, it is because you have less than 10 people coming into your unit per month. If you want to change it, the first thing you have to do is get a personal medal yourself. The medal that you should get is the gold. Because if you go for the gold, maybe you'll end up in bronze and silver. But you should always go for the gold. And you should know this, that everything that's hard eventually becomes easy when you do it over and over again. So the first person might go and say, like, you guys, seriously, look at each other and say, you are, let's look at your girlfriend and say, you are. You know, so weak. You are a gold medal specialist. If you said to me, Gloria, I want a big face. Gloria, I want offspring. Gloria, I want to be excited. Gloria, I want to have red jacket. Gloria, I want to have a consistent paycheck. Gloria, I don't want to search for my production. Gloria, I want to grow my unit. Gloria, this year I want a new car. Next year I want a car. Next year I want a Hawaii. Next year, if you said that to me, my answer to you will always be, go get a gold medal. Shirley Hart was my national. She saw it, go get a gold medal. I tell you to do it through the zip code. I'll teach you in the open group, but I talk about the zip code all the time. I honestly believe that's why I have such high retention. I honestly believe that's why my area is strong. My area is strong because I've been teaching with zip code since 1996, and all it does is tell them what to do every day, every week, every month. Because I do believe if you have a good year, you have good months. You have a good month, you have good weeks. If you have good weeks, you have to have good days. However, directors need to understand this is not a choice. It's not a choice. You make it a choice, but it's not a choice. It's like, tell me the name of another business, dry cleaning business. Let me tell you, I use this example all the time. If you own a dry cleaner and you do not open up that dry cleaner at 7 a.m. in the morning, it is a huge problem. Because if they come over there at 7:05 to get their clothes that they need for a meeting at 8:30, and your clothes, do you think they're ever going to put your clothes in there again? If you are dry cleaners, you must open at 7 because they all open at 7 o'clock. What's another one? Starbucks. If Starbucks is not open at 5:30 in the morning and they don't have almond milk, I would kill them, okay? I mean, I kill them like, and show up at 8:15. Are you kidding me? There'll be no flash. There are rules. In Mary Kay, if you're suspect and you want growth, you have to have 10 agreements coming to your agreement for growth. Not if you want a unit, not if you want to sustain, blah, blah, blah. You need to figure out how to get 10 agreements in that unit every single month. And once that becomes not a choice, it becomes easy. It's hard when it's a choice. It's easy when that becomes the standard. The standard. So you stand up in front of your unit and say, guys, this is it, we're done. We're done playing. We're gonna have 10 new people. You're gonna bring me one, you're gonna bring me one, you're gonna bring me one. I'll tell you how to do it. Number one, you take everyone in your unit and you put down next to their name a 0, 1, or a 2. A 0, 1, or a 2 next to everyone in your unit. You put a 5 next to your name. This is if you are not always bringing in 10 people. Put a 5 next to your name. The whole 30 days, you're looking for 5 people. And then you tell them what you expect from them. If you have a 0 next to their name, don't worry about it. But if there's a 1 next to her name, ooh, I'm gonna fall. Okay, tell me your name. Karen, say Karen. Gloria, November. Have a number next to your name. She's gonna say, what is it? It's 1. I need you to bring me 1 in November. Can you do it? Yes, right click. But there's no explanation. It's not training. The click. Okay, the click says, I believe in you. I think you can. So she can call. First name? Sandy. Sandy. Sorry again. It's November. I always call you and I ask you 3 things. Always. Wholesale code, retail code, team building code. Every month. It's not whether you do it or not. It's what do you want to do. How can I mentor you if I don't know what you want to do? People say, I never ask my unit for production. I always ask my unit for production. Why? Because I'm asking them to succeed. How many people you believe you can get into your group? And never do 3 or more, even if I'm with DIQ, because I want to set my expectations.